Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Hope so you would be doing well. Today we have a special guest with us, Madam Lisa from America. Right now, today we're going to talk about personal development. How much personal development is necessary in this regard that when we are developing on each and every stage. So meanwhile, when we are developing, so how personal development is necessary in this regard to boost up our standard, our development. In this way, I would like to ask this question to Madam Lisa. That Madam Lisa, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so Madam, as I have introduced before my audience, before to you, that today we have a distinguished guest, Madam Lisa. So, Madam Lisa, would you like to tell me something about how much personal development is necessary in our day-to-day life? That why it is necessary to be personal developed, or we need to be groomed up. So, what would you like to say in this context?
Well, personal development is everything. And we don't realize that when we're first starting out, when we're trying to learn something, or if we're trying to grow in a specific area, it's of our human nature to find the easiest, the quickest way to get there. And that is not the way that it needs to be. People take shortcuts in this area, and this is the most important thing to become the person that you have your eyes set on being. You have to grow into that person. Otherwise, it is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You have to fill your plate first before you can give to others. So I could go on about this forever. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do for personal development, and one is learning who your true inner being is. Who is that person? Who and what do you have to do in life to make you your happiest version yet? Your happiest and most fulfilled, joyous person that you can be. And people stop dreaming at an early age, especially when they're young. We as parents cannot wait till they walk and talk. Then we tell them to be quiet and sit down. If they're in a classroom and they're staring out the window, you think that they're not paying attention. Well, they're probably not. But what they're actually doing is daydreaming, thinking about all the possibilities out there in the world. And, kids especially, do not evolve to where they are thinking for themselves, doing for themselves, making their own decisions, making their own choices, right? So all they know up to 7 years old is what their environment is, what their parents are. You become who you hang around. You become who you hang around. So your caregivers, your teachers, your influencers, that is what you are going to develop into unless switch paths. Reading, everybody should be reading every single day and learning, you know, the big book. Live by that. People are, they expect others to be perfect. What is that scripture that says, before you pluck the stick out of your neighbor's eye, take the log out of your own? Does that make sense? So we condemn people for the things that they do, but we're not leading by example. We need to lead by example. You want somebody else to do or behave like you do, then be that good example, right? Reading is huge. My mentor gave me several books to read, not just to read, but to study, to pick apart, to have masterminds so that you understand every aspect of what the principles are of that book. I can give you several books right now off the top of my head that I give away for gifts. I made audios for the people that can't afford to buy the book. I've made audios, they're on YouTube. Listen to them, listen to them every day. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, written in 1910. All the principles to becoming rich are right there laid out in the book, but people are lazy. They take the shortcut and they're not growing into the person that they need to become in order to do the job that they want to do. Becoming the best version that you can be is the only way to be a master servant to the masses. Be the best version that you can be first. The other
Yes,
book
ma'am.
is
I would like. Yes,
go
yes,
ahead.
yes.
I was just going to mention a couple more
Okay, I was
books,
just thinking.
but that's fine.
Yes, I was thinking that that contentment. Sometime we are trying to develop ourselves every single step, and every single step we are just trying to compete others. Every time we just want to see that the next person is going ahead, and whereas I'm just getting behind. So every time he's trying to compete. Every time he is in that state that he just wants to to be over there, that's that level in which the others are not, the others are over there already. So in this context, my question is this, that if we remain all the time busy in doing some sort of things like competing, racing, and all the time we are in the race, so then I think so there will be no personal development. So if we are contented, if we are working for that I can personally go ahead and I can do whatever I can. So in this way, we can be over there. Then definitely we should need to take stock of ourselves, that where we are. Whether if we are lacking behind, so definitely we have to take stock of it. That if I'm letting behind, so in this way, we need to cope up the situation. But if every time just trying to compete, that every time the other persons are going ahead, and whereas I'm just lagging behind, so I can't do anything. So every that time there will
See,
be a little bit of pressure.
that's the first mistake, I think, right there. That is a mistake
Yes, yes,
because it should not be a competition. We should be
yes,
creators. We should not be competing against each other. And that's
yes,
all
yes,
we're taught. Here in America, that is all we're taught. You try out for little league or whatever, baseball. It's always a competition. Who's going to be the winner? The other kids go home sad and crying, don't they? That's what we are taught. You got to have the best grades in school. You got to have the best job. It goes on and on and on, but it is not a competition. And as soon as we get that in our head, then things start to change. I am a creator. I didn't create things myself, but I am a creator because I have an imagination. So we got to keep that imagination, and it is not a competition. We have to help each other. We have to bring others with us. If you run to the finish line and you're climbing that ladder and you win the race, and then what do? You push the ladder down so nobody else can get up it. That is total
yes,
competition. You want to bring, you know how you make revolutions in this world? You bring others with you. You bring the masses with you. That's how it should be.
yes. Madam Lisa, in this context, I would like to extend my ideas as well, that most probably
Mhm.
in personal development, there need to be a motivation, that there would be a mentor, there would be a teacher who would be just guiding them up, that here you need to groom up yourself. There would be a person who's patting up, that here you need to grow up, because right now you are in that stage, particular stage in which you can groom up and you can just be on the right track. So if there will be a person, a mentor, a teacher who can guide him up, that here you need to groom yourself up. You don't know if you want to grow. Definitely, you will be on the upper stage and next stage and next step. So then we can be over
Mhm.
there. But most probably in our area we were living, most probably people don't like to motivate. They always try to show you themselves that who they are. They never ever share some of the helpful tricks or tips is even with the people that if I would provide some sort of tips or as guidance or motivation regarding this. So definitely he would be on the next stage. So there will be competition. So I can't do. He will be ahead from me. So in this way, I can't just tell him that here you need to do this and that. So I personally feel that yes, there would be a teacher who would be just specially uh, trying to motivate him that here you need to do this and that. Try to tell him that you need to groom yourself up. You
Mhm.
always try to show your latest version. Always try to show you are the best version ever right now where you are. If you were thinking about that, yes, I'm lagging behind and I can't do anything because just because of that, in the past I was good, but right now I'm not that particular stage in which I should be. So that time he would be depressed, and when he will be depressed, so he can't do anything. So, what would you like to say about that motivational teacher or mentor? Because you have been a teacher, a special education teacher, where it needs more motivation. You have been motivating the kids, especially those
Mhm.
kids who were special. So, how would you
Mhm.
take a look toward that aspect?
Well, you have to care about them. You have to care for their well-being. And finding a mentor, I have fabulous mentors. And you don't have to stick with one mentor. However, I'm kind of crossing businesses here, like special ed with kids and network marketing. Big difference. But in essence, it really is all the same in our behavior and how we act. But when you look for a mentor, most people think a mentor, oh my gosh, that's going to be tens of thousands of dollars. But you can have a mentor from afar. I have many mentors from afar. You know, um, Jim Rohn, Robert Hollis is my main mentor at Rihan Alawala. I consider him a mentor as well. Somebody that is doing exactly what you want to be doing. That is how you find a mentor. Do and find them. If they're doing exactly what you want to be doing and they are successful, mirror and match them. Do everything that they do. Working with kids is a little bit different, but not really. I mean, they need to trust you. But when you're working online, a business, they need to trust you too. People need to know, like, and trust you before they can feel confident with you, before they can work with you, before they allow you, to teach them what they need to know. So, being a good person is always the best thing to do, not lying to others. I mean, and doing things for the right reasons. Most people, like I said, will run to that ladder and quick kick it down so nobody else can come up that. And we need to do just the opposite. We need to bring everybody with us. And getting kids into a normal routine is big. You should have a morning ritual when you wake up, whether it's, you're reading your 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 creator's word, right? You are reading, I'm not sure what that is called for you guys. It's not called the Bible. What is it called? Do you have a thing that you do every hour in the morning as a religion? No? Okay. You didn't understand. Never mind. Anyway, coming up with a daily method of operations, a daily routine, meditating. Meditating makes you quiet. right? So let me give you an example of my morning routine. When I wake up in the morning before my feet even hit that floor, I am thanking God for being alive. I am thanking him for another day to be here, to be a better version of myself, right? Then I meditate, or I'm sorry, I pray first. I pray first and then I meditate. Praying is talking to my savior, and meditating is listening. I am listening for the messages that he wants to send me, and he does send me messages, and it could be in different forms. It could be somebody that's an angel. It could be, it could be my passed away my mother, who's no longer with me, but she's my, like, a guardian angel to me. So when I meditate, I listen. I listen to God's word. Oh boy, we just lost our host. I have an uncanny knack for this because this happened yesterday too, and I left here all alone and I didn't know what to do. So is he testing me, or is this? Oh, yay, he's back. He just kept talking. I
Yes,
don't know.
yes,
We
yes.
lost you.
There was technical error that was occurred. So in this way, you have very vividly elaborated because you have been a special education teacher. So where you need to teach
Okay,
especially you teach the students. Yeah.
Madessar, could I get you to talk just a little bit slower, because you're whipping your words out, and with your accent, I can't understand you.
In fact, there was interruption. I'm just saying that there was
Yeah,
interruption. So
that's okay.
therefore, my sound was not coming to you clearly. So my
Okay.
question is this: that you have vividly given the answers of all those questions which are based on personal development. So you have also elaborated about the when you're teaching to the kids, because you have a plenty of experience based on teaching. So special education teacher. So there is a difference. So because we are talking about personal development, what do you think that while teaching at a graduate level, there need to be a personal coach? There must be a personal accountability coach who can tell them that here you need to do this and that. Here you
Mm-hmm.
need to groom up yourself, because at universities, at colleges, most probably teachers are teaching only those subjects which they teachers are
Correct.
teaching. They are
That is
not
a
guiding them.
good point. That is a very good point. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. You need to be conscious of that too. And it needs, just like holistic health, you need that well rounding. You know, one opinion, one way of doing things is not always correct. It's not always correct. And it should be customized to that person, and they are the person that should be deciding what they want to do with personal development. Reading is huge. Learning the book is huge. Being kind and loving and genuinely wanting to help others. That's just something that should be practiced every single day. That right there is personal development. Just being the best version that you can be.
Yes, Madam Lisa, as you have been telling all those aspects clearly. So whereas I'm just telling you that at universities and colleges, especially when students are studying at intermediate level, and when the students are studying at graduation level, so don't you think so that there need to be a teacher who can teach them, or personally, there must be a personal development coach, and teachers, especially
Absolutely.
universities and coach, should hire such types of teachers who can guide them up, who can just
Hmm.
in this way the students may come out of that particular personal psychological issues that they most probably facing. So what
Hmm.
do you think about this, that especially those teachers at the same time should help them out to especially those students who are facing some psychological issues? The universities and colleges must need to be specific teachers for personal development of the students. What do you think
Yeah.
about this?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what. your question was, what do I think about the personal development of teachers? Is that what you teachers? Absolutely. If they have not gone through personal development themselves, I don't know how they can help kids appropriately, because I have witnessed teachers that I would never want my child to have. And I have witnessed teachers that, you would want your children with. So you can tell if other people have had personal development or not in the way that they talk, in the way they present themselves, in the way they handle problems and find solutions. That's huge, right? And if you know what, you can be choosy. If you find a teacher that is not complimenting your child, you have the right to change. You have that right to change. You want a teacher that is going to compliment. You want a mentor that is going to compliment and push you up, not belittle you, not tell you everything you're doing wrong, but to encourage you and lift you up and just be the best person that you can be. So if you're clashing with somebody, I mean, that's your indication. That is evidence right there that something is off. Something is not right, right? You got to trust your feelings, trust your gut because it doesn't lie. Know how you're feeling. If you are in a situation where you are not feeling good, safe, accepted, it's just not going to go well. It's just not going to go well. So trust your gut. And parents, listen to your kids. If they come home troubled, there's something there. Figure out what that is. You know what I mean? Figure out what that is and then move forward from there.
Okay, Madam, I would like to extend my ideas in this context that religious perspective always plays a positive role. As you have mentioned over here, that because especially you are being a Christian, so you have your own beliefs, whereas being a Muslim, we have our own beliefs. So whereas
Mhm.
I feel that religion always play a very important role in personal development. It always, try to make them up, that you try to meditate, that when you are in the prayer you are always thinking about that what you should need to do, even though God from heaven always try to guide you up, that hey, you need to do this and that, because especially in holy books that most probably are sent to the prophets, so definitely there is a complete guidance for them. As we being a Muslim, so we have a strong belief on a prophet, holy prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So whereas you have your own belief on the Christianity, on Isa. So you definitely might have studied about all those aspects, which are trying to boost them up. But always try to do personal development. You always complete guidance in the holy books. Suppose we are just trying to follow a personal development. If suppose we are following religious books, so definitely we will be on the right track. We will be sometime we're missing, but sometime we are not praying properly. When we pray properly, so definitely God provides them some sort of a sense of development. We just make
You
them
know,
feel better.
I don't believe that there's a wrong way of praying. Maybe in your religion there is. I don't know. And see, this is a good point I would like to discuss. Religion. Okay. I have given many interviews to the children of Pakistan, and not one time were religious values or anything pushed down my throat. Not once. However, that's it did happen recently, and I had friends telling me, why are you letting those children interview you?" And I'm like, "Well, why wouldn't I?" Because of their religion, is what I heard. And I thought to myself, you know, I I know they're Muslims. I says, I don't know what a Muslim means. I didn't even ask. It makes no difference to me. They're still a person. They're a human being that should be treated with respect and such. So if I listen to what everybody else tells me to do, I would not have done that one single interview. And these interviews have clearly helped me. I set out to help the kids. In return, this has helped me tremendously because I got to talk about my vision. Every single day, I was talking about my vision. So I was bringing it into fruition, right? I was bringing it to life. My imagination was creating my reality. And I don't stop to think this person is different or this person prays different than I do. That doesn't matter to me. All I care about is my relationship with my savior, and that's all other people should be thinking about. And keep your business at home. Don't worry about what this guy's doing or this person's doing that wrong. I wouldn't do it that way. We are so critical of people and we are just waiting to pounce on them for every little mistake. In whose eyes? In ours? What gives us that right? Do you know what I mean? So, just thinking the right way is personal development right there.
Yes, definitely, Lisa. You're just playing a very important and positive role, constructive role for the kids even. So you never ever bother. There is no discrimination at all. So it's a great. I'm just salute you up that you are still. You, but I'm just not telling you something about the religious perspective. I'm just telling you being a humanity. As I'm just telling you, you have your own belief. We have our own belief.
Mhm,
Whereas the people who living in other part of the world, they have own belief. So in this way,
mhm.
we should unite being a word, being a single identity, we should try to cover up. We should try
You
to
know
help
what?
them
And
to
that's
understand.
what is so cool about these interviews and what Rihan Alawala did, what he has created. It's mind blowing. I kudos to him. He is connecting people from every corner of the world. That man has put me into so many conversations with people from all over the world, and he's actually doing it to align with what my dreams are. My dreams of the animal rescue, my dreams of the summer camp for orphans. He is aligning me with people that would make my dreams happen. That is doing things for the right reason. That is very well in personal development. I mean, there's your clue right there. The man is connecting people for no gain of his own, other than, yes, I'm giving them my time and doing the interviews, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that. And it helps me become a better person. So
Okay,
I
ma'am.
absolutely love that, what he's doing.
Yes, ma'am. You're so nice of you because because your determination, the way, the time that you're giving. So it's definitely providing them some sort of a personal development. You're just trying to get confidence when they're just talking to you in this way. They're trying to get some piece of, I mean, some kind of personal development. So we, as I've just been trying to get connected with you, a lot of my students, they're just watching this program, so they're also getting some sort of inside ideas from the given conversation, that we are just providing them some sort of healthy environment based on the personal development. Here they can just get an idea that how much in personal development is necessary in this regard, that how they can attain some sort of personal development and how they can just boost their life up. So in this way, you're just giving I would say just giving the time to the kids, and especially it's a great, I feel
Mhm.
that you are contributing your positive role in the society, and those kids who are just trying to get connected, so definitely they would be remembered with you for a long period of time. They would always pray you up, because English, because most probably the kids, they are from seventh class, eighth class, so they're just trying to get connected, just because of they're trying to improve their English. So therefore they're just trying to get connected. Whereas I have done MPhil in English linguistics, being a professor of English, so I feel that no any issue regarding speaking English. So therefore, just those students who are getting connected with me on Facebook, so they just get an idea that most probably I used to invite some of the special guests from abroad or around the world. So they just get some sort of inside ideas from the conversation, that how they are just sharing their ideas. So inside ideas.
The
So
kids don't know this yet. They don't know this yet because I just haven't had time to do it. But all of the interviews that I gave and or given with these kids, every single one of them, I am going to reach out to and give them a gift of something that has helped me in my personal development. And I'm going to give that to them, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it into their language so that they do understand it. Because if I give it to them in English, yes, they're going to understand some of the words, but they're not going to understand it all. So that once I figure out how to do that, and probably with AI, I probably can do that. But once I finish that, then each of them are going to get that gift from me. I can't wait to give it to them. And I'm not going to even say what it is, but and along with that gift, there is a challenge involved for them to complete it 100 days in a row. I did it, and I'm telling you, 100 days in a row doing what I did, that was a huge accomplishment for me because that's a lot to be committed to. Because anything that takes more than just a couple of minutes is a commitment. And you've got to want
yeah,
to
okay,
be
okay.
the best version. So you know what? I look forward to my personal development, and it is nothing for me to spend 3 hours every morning on what fills my cup so that I can give that to others.
Okay. Okay, okay, Madam Sir. Thank you, Madam Lisa. Thank you very much for your precious time. So, as I got committed with you to conduct your interview regarding this, because we have already decided about the importance of personal development. So, even though today is a Chandra for Muslims, tomorrow is a Eid day, but I just got committed with you to conduct your interview. So,
Mhm.
therefore, I am just here. Even though all of my family, they're just preparing, they're readying for for Eid day. Eid day is, in Christianity and Muslim, but that is a special day. As in 25th of December, it's important for you. At the same time, tomorrow would be the Eid day for the Muslims. So that is also a special day for the Muslims, as they that being a Muslim, so we have a special day tomorrow, a big
Okay.
day.
Very
So
cool.
in this way, okay, okay. So therefore, yes, so I committed with you. I got connected with you that I have to conduct your interview. So in this way, just thank you very much for your precious time that you have given, and we have talked about the personal development that is very much essential and very important and crucially as well, because in a personal in the time where we're living, so we're the time that going, we are just hankering after the marks. The students are just trying to gain marks. There is no personal development. So especially people like you are always trying to boost the students up, that what they should need to do, how they can just get out of that psychological troubles and issues, that how they can just boost themselves up. And definitely
Mhm.
that would be, they will be on a right track. Whereas people like you are providing them such a good environment and just trying to sort out the issues, most probably the people are suffering, people students are facing. So in this way, a lot of mentor like you, they are providing some sort of insight idea about the things that here you need to come out of the situation. If you're facing any sort of issue, so definitely you will be, that issue will be resolved. But the thing is that there must need to be a special teacher who can just be over there to guide them up, just to
Mhm.
boost them up. That here you need to do personally. You need to
And
personally
I
develop
think every
yourself up.
school has
Definitely.
that. I think every school has that. Everybody has, oh, that teacher that everybody's going to go to, they understand or they talk to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree.
Yes, yes, definitely. Whereas I feel because I've been teaching at university, so most probably we're just touching our course content. Whatever I am teaching at university, I'm just touching our course content. That here is my course content. I have to accomplish it within the given time. I don't need to discuss other affairs, other matters that here you need to do this and that. If I'm talking about those things, definitely I'm lacking behind about my course content. I'll be back so in this way. So therefore, every teacher tries to accomplish his coursework. You never ever try to just boost them up that here you need to do this and that. Never ever go on that particular stage and where the students are suffering. They never ever ask them that if you're having any issues, so just share with me. And even though students don't just get closer with them, they never ever share some of the issues with them. They are very horrified and terrified that if we will share any sort of insight with them, so definitely he would fail us and definitely our result would be bad. So in this way they are very much worried about that. They are always
Mhm.
just studying on, just working on the syllabus that is given to them, and never ever a person over there just to guide them up that if you will be on the right track, so definitely you will be out of the psychological issues. So thank you very much, Madam Lisa, for your precious
Mhm.
time that you have given. And we have, I hope so, lot of my students who were just getting connected on Facebook. There must be some insight idea, mindful and insight idea would be getting from getting from that, and hope so you would be loving the conversation that we have done today. So once again, I would like to thank you, Madam Lisa, for your precious time,
You're
and we'll be
welcome.
hoping to discuss another topic another day. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for having me and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye bye.